Hey, Grand Rising. It is Saturday, January 3rd, 2026. I almost forgot what day it was. I just wrote it out, but I still almost forgot what day it was. So, Grand Rising. Cheers on a Saturday. I'm up trying to do things. And I don't know. I really have no clue as to what I'm doing today. Currently just putting all my yarn scraps in my yarn scrap bag because I've been kind of doing stuff this morning, but not excessively to the point that I am going to wear myself out. Did up these belly pads for these dragons that I'm making, finishing up the dragons and stuff, so that will go there. Put that up there. There we go. Dragon belly pad, getting them done. Here's the black one. Grand Rising mark. And then I still got the tail and the spines. I gotta do the spines down the back. The wings, I've got to do that. But so it's just a little bit of a work in progress. There's the other belly pad that I got to sew on. So that's what we're doing this morning. So I'm up and I'm just drinking coffee and, getting my stuff done, whatever it is I need to get done. Preparing myself for cookies tomorrow. I still think we're making cookies tomorrow. I don't know. Supposed to be making Amish cookies tomorrow. So we'll see if that still is a thing that we're doing. I hope so, because I've been wanting those Amish cookies. They're phenomenal. And they're not all that and intense, except that it has oatmeal, peanuts, and raisins in the cookie, and those things get ground up really fine to put into the cookie. So they're not like chunks of nuts or chunks of oatmeal or chunks of raisins. It's all ground up into a finer powder type deal, like flour. Whatever. So I got the hand grinders out yesterday or the other day, got those cleaned up so we can grind up some peanuts, oatmeal and raisins, whatever. So, and I'm really not feeling all that inspirational today. I'm just kind of up and putzing around. I woke up, made sure I took my medicine, and I've just been drinking coffee and not even putzing around. I've been sitting here watching Ancient Aliens. By the way, Ancient Aliens is freaking phenomenal these days. Like there's a 2-season one, and then there's a 4-season one, and if I'm in the middle of the 4-season one, I think. Where's my remote? Where are we at? Yep, I'm in the middle of the second one with 4 seasons. It says it's season 19, episode 18, but I don't know. But it's talking about the Ark of the Covenant and Greek gods and a whole bunch of stuff. So if you're bored and you need to refocus yourself into something else, I really highly suggest Ancient Aliens. It'll focus you on not grieving. It'll focus you on not being angry. It'll focus you on not having those negative emotions, because I dare someone to have some negative emotions about ancient Greek gods and all of the stuff and Egyptian tombs and Egyptian pyramids and stuff. Yeah, even what I'm looking at right now, it's like huge, huge, huge statues. Where'd they come from? Who built them? Did they just come from the sky? And then some of the other stuff I posted this morning already is stuff. Does this stuff really come from the sky, or is it coming from another area in our world, in our area of earthly living? That's where I'm going to go with that. Does it come from another area in our earthly living? And then I went back through and I started rewatching Once Upon a Time. I thought it was a random fairy tale show. You know what's happening with fairy tales? They're all fucking true. Every fucking one of them. They're all true. So now I'm watching my show that I've watched a million times already. Probably not that many. I've probably watched it 20 times in the past 13 years. I've watched this show about 20 to 30 times, like the entirety of it from the beginning all the way through season 8 at the end of it. And now I'm watching it with a new vision, a new perspective, where in the show they're talking about the ice wall around the town. And the thing that I'm watching, that I just watched, and I don't think I posted it because it's a little out there. And but the thing that I watched this morning, it talks about the ice wall. It's Antarctica. And so there's a whole lot of similarities between the fiction that I'm watching and real life stuff. So make up your own conclusions. But anyhow, so I'm up and I'm just trying to be okay with for myself. And I have a whole day of doing this stuff. That's it. I have a whole day of that, which I'm excited about. I get to do the tail, I get to do the spines, the wings, everything. And it's all very intricate. Like it's all like super small. Here's the hook that I'm using. Here's another sized hook that I'm using. This one's kind of crooked, but because I kind of bent it by accident. So either way, so I'm using this extra small hook, and this isn't even the smallest hook I own. It's just what I'm using for this. But they're really tight, tiny, small stitches. Hey, Grand Rising, Kelly. So get up on a Saturday. If you have nothing more important to do than to sit there and watch TV and do your craft, then do that. That's probably my biggest advice today. Find your things to feel grateful for. Today, I am grateful that I can sit and just sit, and I probably should get up and exercise or something, but I don't feel like getting up and exercising. Like I probably could have exercised last night. I could probably get up. I totally could get up and exercise, but I don't feel like it. I feel like sitting here doing absolutely nothing. And by doing nothing, that means watching Aliens and crocheting. That's my doing nothing. Because tomorrow I'm going to be in the kitchen, I think. Pretty sure. So find your own things to feel grateful for on a Saturday. Whatever that may be. It could be that your heart's beating. It could be that your hands are doing the things that you need them to do. It could be that you've overworked your hands, which means that you're getting stuff done. It could be that you get to rest your hands, which means you've overdone them and you can rest them. And you don't have to overdo in order to rest. Rest is not Grand Rising Candy. Rest is not a reward for hard work. Rest is necessity so you can get more done later on. So remember that rest is not a reward. Rest is necessary for whatever you're going to be doing in life. So also, and if you can't find anything else to feel grateful for, not your heart beating, not your feet moving you to the bathroom, be grateful that you can use your hands to wipe your own ass. I'm going to say it every day because every day it's great. And every day we need that reminder that if you can't find anything else to feel grateful for, be grateful that some random stranger's hand isn't wiping your ass because they might not get the job done like you can. Whatever. Also, be your own magic. Find your own magic. Sometimes your own magic is in getting up and doing things. And sometimes your own magic is in sitting back, sitting down, and shutting up. And sometimes you have others that are hating on you. Imagine hating on me and I'm over here just messing around with yarn. Imagine hating me and I am not, and I'm just sitting over here drinking coffee, minding my own business, doing my best thing, whatever I can do in the moment. Look at Candy. Look at, and Kelly. Look at, that's one. I don't have the belly pad on there, but I will eventually. Belly pads. And then the other one, this is Troy's. He's so in love with this guy. So, I gotta put a tail on him, and then he'll be able to sit up. So they don't have tails yet, because I haven't made the tails yet. Whatever. I'll get there eventually. So, sometimes people will hate you just because they don't know how You are so nonchalant. Sometimes people will hate you because you call them on their bullshit. I know. Hey, I think my aunt sent me the patterns. I might be able to, I don't know if I'm going to be able to send you, but maybe I could screenshot the patterns. I have a crochet app that I've been using. I don't remember what is my stitch counter, my crochet counter. I have a crochet app that I have on my phone, and it's like $12.99 a year to access the crochet app with all of the stuff. And so we pay $12.99 a year for my crochet app, which I absolutely freaking love, and I use it all the time. Every pattern I've gotten online goes right into my crochet app. I probably have a good 100 patterns in my crochet app. So, ooh, I bet I could print that out. I have a printer. I can connect my phone to the printer. I could print out. Oh, well, looks like Misty needs to hold a reading pattern session, doesn't she? Because reading patterns really is not that hard. In fact, I taught myself how to read a graph pattern. That was immensely harder than reading an actual pattern. So, and it's not that hard. If you remember when we were growing up, and we would make up our own language for different things, and like you would have, I don't know if you did it, but I did it with my friends. We had our own language. We had like a crypto thing. We cryptocized our letters and notes, so we had our whole legend of what everything meant, different stars and symbols and whatnot. A star meant A, circle meant B, or whatever, and so on and so forth. But we made up our own little things, and then that's how we would write our letters to each other. Would be cryptocized. That was before cryptocurrency was invented. But apparently, especially with these ancient Egypt things, crypto's always been a thing. Pictures and symbols to mean other words has always been a thing. So I will teach you how to read a pattern, because it's not hard. It's once you learn it, you're gonna let your eyes are gonna open to everything with the pattern. You're gonna be like, oh, and then you're gonna see cute things online, and you're gonna be like, oh, I can do that because I can read patterns. So I will totally teach you how to read a pattern. Yeah. So, also, be your own sunshine. Whether tomorrow's promised or not is irrelevant. It doesn't matter. And sometimes people will come through and try to steal your own sunshine. Sometimes people will send you a message and then redact the message, take away the message, delete the message. I know I kind of talked about it yesterday. I'm still a little pissed off about it. I'm still pissed off that it was even a thing that happened yesterday. But someone sometimes will